Gundyr here, bringing you guys another stream of some awesome gameplay footage. I figured you guys might enjoy a little bit different pace from the Minecraft that I'm regularly doing, so I figured I'd bring you guys some Dark Souls 3. Anyway, I played Dark Souls for a while now. I played a lot of different characters on Dark Souls, but I figured I'd go ahead and I'd bring you guys a brand new character. I've played Pyromancer, Herald, Knight, and all that good stuff.
Indeed.
Go ahead and skip through that. I played all those characters, but the one character that I haven't played that I've really wanted to is the Sorcerer. So I figured I'd save it for you guys. Maybe you guys would think it's pretty cool. You know, throw me down some likes. Maybe subscribe, become part of the Rainbow Army. And you know, I mean, I'm still very, very, very new. So I mean, if you guys want to go ahead and throw me some likes and some subscriptions, you know, that'd be fantastic. Keep making some videos. You know, maybe you guys get bored and I help you out. So, all right. And again, I apologize if it sounds weird. I did a video earlier today of Minecraft, and you know, I was clearing my throat a lot. I'm actually sick right now. You know, getting sick. I can feel it in my throat, all congested. So if I'm, you know, I apologize about that. Anyway, all right. So let's get down to it. So Rainbow Wiz. Anyway, so Rainbow Wizard, we're going to go ahead and make it that, but short. Now, I don't really like to change too much. Seeing as how we're going to do magic, I'm going to go for Hidden Blessing. As far as the build goes, I just do a burly build, upper build. I don't really change any of the other aspects. But here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, like I said, Dark Souls 3 is actually one of my favorite games right now. I never actually played any of the original ones. Before this, I actually was working at GameStop part-time for a while, and a buddy of mine's like, dude, you got to try Dark Souls 3, and I had never played the other ones, and when I played this one, I just fell in love with it. I thought it was the greatest thing ever, so I went back and I played the other ones. But yeah, here we go. So pretty much, you start off here, you got your character. This character, we got a couple of different things. She could turn the shield on, off, melee. Now this is going to be like our spells and stuff. We got Soul Arrow, Heavy Soul Arrow. And then if you scroll down on your mouse, you got a lot of these. This is the Estus Flask for heals. That's for our magic. But anyway, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. If you walk up to these things, these are messages that actually show you how to play the game. The only issue is if you look at it, RB, there's no RB on a keyboard. A lot of these instructions on how to play were geared towards consoles. But I mean, if you just go to your settings and stuff like that over here, you could check out how to use all your stuff. Where is it? Anyway, somewhere in here. There we go, bindings. Anyway, you can learn how to do it. This beginning area is really easy, so I strongly recommend, if you guys don't know what character you want to do, just use the starting area. There's like 6 or 7 enemies. It's real easy. They're mostly just one-hitters. It does make it really awesome. Because you can, you know, get a feel for how to play your character before you actually start getting into it. But give me 1 second here, guys. Alright, guys, sorry about that. I actually had to take a phone call real quick, but I'm back. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, start off, check out some of those things, see what character you want. You know, maybe read some of these things on the ground, tell you what to do. When I first started, I didn't even think to look over in this area. I think there's actually some souls over here. Yeah, here it is. But yeah, I know. I didn't even bother checking what was over here. So anytime you get anything like that, if you actually go to your inventory, see it right here. They come in different sizes and different names. But pretty much, if you click them and use them, if you look in the bottom right, it gives you some souls. Souls is like the money of this game. Normally you don't want to use it when you're out here. Wait until you get to town. Because if you use it out here and you die and you can't get your souls back, then you lose your money. So I recommend if you get those, hold on to those until you get to town. Anyway, let's go ahead and kill some more stuff. If we kill this guy, right behind him, I believe, is our Ashen. Yep, there it is. This is like for our mana. This is the blue one. So like mana, health, and this is the gift that I got from creating it. That's also going to give us some magic. Anyway, so let's go over here, kill this guy. So you can see there's nothing over here, just that guy. Like I said, this area is really super easy with these little guys here. Really gives you a good chance to get a feel for what the dynamics of the game are. I recommend getting used to rolling, all that other stuff. Get used to blocking, you know, parrying and stuff like that, because in this game, you're going to need to move. You just can't sit there and hack and slash. You'll eventually die. One of the other things I'll show you here in a minute is it's not a boss per se, but it's almost like a miniature boss. But, oh, another soul. We'll do that one in town. Right over here in the corner, it's not like really a boss. It's kind of like, I guess, like a mini boss. But I haven't actually played the sorcerer, so I'm not going to risk fighting him. I just want to show you him. Right there, he's the crystal lizard. He rolls and shoots ice and makes little ice pillars and stuff. We're not going to worry about him right now, but I just wanted you guys to be aware of where he's at. I'm going to run over here and distract him and get that soul over there. See what I was talking about? He'll roll at you fast. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, we're going to run. Yeah, he hits like a ton of bricks, and in this area over here, he will follow you. So when you get over here, don't think you're safe. You need to get out of this whole area right here, because he'll roll after you. But 9 out of 10 times he'll stop before he gets around that bend. So see how we got away from him? We're perfectly good. Yeah, you do that because you definitely want to get as much souls as possible. So it helps. Anyway, this whole area right here is like your beginning area. This is where it's so easy. I recommend if you want to decide between like a melee character, or if you want to decide between like a pyromancer or a sorcerer, you know, you got spells, you know, they also got clerics and stuff like that. Definitely do it. Just start out that beginning area. Get a feel for what the character's like. But here we are. Da-da-da. This right here is the bonfire. Anytime you see one of these, always hit it. These are like save points. You hit these, they're like fast travel points, and they're like saves. Plus, if you sit at them and you rest, now all of my potions or anything that I've used are back, and I've got full heals. Kill that guy real quick. Anyway, give you a real quick overview. We came from over there. I don't quite know what that castle is, but over here, you see right over there, yeah, right there, through that door straight ahead, that's where the first big boss is. His name is Gundyr, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's tough as shit, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It almost seems like they put him there like to test your character, because when I first played Dark Souls 3, I died dozens and dozens of times because I'd never played Dark Souls before, and I had very little understanding of the dynamics, the parry, the dodge. I mean, you could practice it and stuff like that, but you gotta get used to the dynamics of the game in order to know the right times and stuff. So we'll get there in a minute. See that big tower? That is the Firelink Shrine. Once we get to that boss over there and we go up that walkway, that's kind of like our town, our safe haven. We'll get there in a few minutes, but let's go ahead and kill these mobs real quick. I'm going to show you the route that I take starting out. I think's the best. Just go ahead and hit this guy up. And now, these guys right here, they're sitting on the ground. When they're sitting on the ground, you can't lock onto them. But if you can aim it just right, you can actually hit them. Which I think comes in handy. You know, if you want to keep a distance. I mean, you could do it the cheap way, and you could do the distance, or you could do it just melee. This guy right here, a lot of times I never saw him. And he hits you because, like, you don't see him coming around that corner, especially if you're over here looting. So just be aware of him. The next thing that I want to point out, right there, you see that? That's a Titanite shard down there. So in order to get that one, come over here, and you want to run at that big rock. And you want to run and jump, but you want to aim like for that tree. So you run, and when you get to the rock, you're gonna jump because you wanna get over there and get that Titanite shard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so ta-da, Titanite shard. That's used for upgrading your weapons and stuff. I'll show you that when we get to town, if we got time in this video. Next thing I want to show you, if you're above an enemy and you lock onto them and you drop, you can almost melee them with twice as much damage. And I didn't show you this, but there's a bowman in the beginning. they're so easy. They shoot at you, and they're so slow. It just makes it so much easier. So, next thing, let's kill him. Drop down and kill this guy. And pick up some bombs. Now that these two guys are dead, this is the last of the, I guess you can call them like the weaklings in this area, is what I like to call them. Because remember the guy we killed in the beginning? He was right here because we were up on that ledge. Yeah, so now the last thing we need to do is go fight Gundyr. Again, guys, he is by far, just because you think he's the first boss, he is not the easy boss. Trust me, by any means. Actually, there's a lot of bosses in here that are easier than him. But he's got a very specific strategy. First off, when you come up, you got to pull the sword out, but I'm not going to do that just yet. This polearm is his weapon. He swings it around like crazy. If you get some distance from him, he'll jump like halfway across the map at you. And his battle sequences is he can swing anywhere from 2 to 3 times front to back. So you really got to roll and parry if you're good at parrying. I'm not a big parrier. But anyway, there's that. And then see that stuff coming out of his back? When you fight him and you get him about halfway down, he's going to transform into this creature, and he's got twice as much range, and he attacks twice as quick. So my recommendation is when you get him to about halfway and you see him start to transform, just spam him to death. Because if you spam him as fast as you can, it's because especially if you have magic, it's just going to make stuff so much easier. And that's what I'm going to do. So let's do this. Know your surroundings. Don't fall off the edge over here. And yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's pull it out. Keep an eye on that sword. I'll show you that later. But we're going to run right over here like a chicken. Now don't get overly cocky with your spells. See what I'm talking about right there? He swings like crazy. Alright, now I'm going to heal my magic because see what I was talking about? Crap, see what I was talking about? Getting cocky with my spells. Ah, crap. Okay. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I was telling you guys not to get cocky with your spells, and here I am trying to bust them out in one roll. Anyway, so you guys kind of got a little bit of a taste of what he's got to offer. Let's just go ahead. I'm not going to kill all these guys. I'm just going to kill the guys that are in my way, you know, to make things easier. That way I don't waste mana or health. And we'll go right back to it. Anytime you die, there's going to be a green cloud on the floor. That's your souls. Pick it up, because if you die twice, you won't get the same souls you had back last time. Anyway, so yeah, we're not going to fight any of those other guys. So when you get here, it's going to ask you to transverse the fog. That's when you go back in there and you're going to fight. So let's do this. We're going to go in here. He's going to immediately come at us because you're not going to pull the sword out this time. I'm going to cast one spell. He's going to come at me, and we're going to get at him from behind. So come on, big man. About to transform. This is where I'm going to spam him. Can I get one more off? Yeah, I can. Alright, now he's going to come at me. Hit him. He's going to come at me again. Now that I knocked him down, finishing blow. If you can hit him just right, magical parry him, that's when he drops. Bam! See? Now, I died once, but you guys might think, holy crap, that was super easy. Trust me, it took me dozens of times to get used to the sequences of his attacks. Because if you get up close, he's just gonna, like swing like crazy front to back. My method that I like to do, because I use range characters like a pyromancer and stuff, just keep your distance, cast. When he comes at you, you want to get behind him again, cast, and just keep kiting him from side to side. That's, that's just my method. So let's do the bonfire. Let's go ahead and heal up. And anyway, that was Gundyr. I just call him Big Daddy Gundyr. Alright, so let's go over here. This is the next part that we're going to go to. I call this the road to Shrineling Tower. And I've still got a few minutes before we could cut this video off, so I'll show you guys what this is all about. Again, I apologize, guys, if I'm coughing and stuff. I'm sick, so hopefully you guys aren't like too bothered by me breathing heavy and stuff like that. I swear I'm not a weirdo, or me clearing my throat. So you start off, you get that broken sword, you could sell that. Come over here, you're gonna see these two guys. Now these pikemen, they have shields, so sometimes it'll take an extra hit or two. And these guys down here, they're regular just swordsmen. Don't even bother wasting your magic on these guys. They're so easy. And I think this is a homeward bone. Yeah. So homeward bones are like town portals, or like Hearthstones, or whatever game you want to play. You hit it. You can either go back to the last place that you rested at, that flaming sword in the ground, or you can go back to the shrine, depending on what you want. Anyway, so let's come up here. Let's kill these two guys, make it easy. There's a pikeman and a bowman up here. There he is, bastard. Don't try and do that. Okay, he got that drop on me. Yeah, no, the pikemen and the swordsmen, like in the beginning when you're starting, because one's going to shoot you from afar, the other one's going to shield and come up on you. They might seem like a challenge, but just, get around them. The bowmans are super easy to actually, dodge. Once you see their arrows coming at you, you can just move out of the way. Now this guy right here, I want to let you guys know something. If you come up and you try and melee this guy, it'll take like 2 or 3 hits to kill him. And I think if you hit him more than once, he'll fall off that ledge. So either kite him back, or if you have the spell, just hit him once. Because sometimes he'll drop souls, like fading souls or something. So, just be aware of that when you come up around that corner, because I've knocked him down a few times, and it's not a big deal. I just figured I'd throw it in there, guys, Now, this part right here, see up around this corner to the left, there's going to be a dog that's going to jump out at us. Dogs aren't hard, but they sneak up on you pretty quick, and they like to jump around. So when I come around this corner, I immediately lock on, and I just go for him. See what I'm talking about? Like, he immediately was just getting ready to jump for me. Alright, so an ember, I'll talk about that probably in next episode as far as that goes. Before we go into the Firelink Shrine, let's go over here. I want to show you guys there's some stuff over here you can get. First of which, there's 2 dudes here. I didn't see them my first time, and I died. So just, be aware that they're up there, because they don't make any noise. They just sit there. And I was actually looting an item right over there. I'll show you in a second. And I didn't even think to see behind me. Another ember. Right there is where we killed that dog. But if you come over here, I think there's another homeward bone right around this corner. Yep, there it is. Okay, booyah. Nice. Nice. Those will come in handy later when we need to run away like a chicken, because trust me, this game will keep you on your toes, man, for sure. Okay, so run back here. We killed this guy. What is it? Faded soul. Nice. Okay. So this is the item I told you. Last time when I came up here, I didn't see them. I came over here because there's a kite shield, and I was looking at it, and these dudes just destroyed me. Now, the next thing that I do want to go ahead and point out to you guys, I'm going to use this. That samurai you see up there, he is like a side special character. He drops some pretty good stuff. You got to be careful, because he hits hard. He won't one-shot you. It'll be pretty close, but if he two-shots you, you're done. He keeps his distance, but when he gets close, he'll like lunge at you. So if you're doing melee, you probably don't want to take him on right away. He is pretty tough unless you've mastered parrying and stuff like that. Even with your rolls, it makes it harder. But if you're doing distance like Pyro or Sorcerer, it's super easy. So watch what I'm going to do. Come up here. He's going to move around a little, and then eventually he's going to start making his way down the stairs. When you could lock onto him, do it. I blast him. I back up a bit. See what I'm saying? He'll come at you. Blast him. Back up a bit. And he'll back up once you get a little ways away, like he's trying to run. And just keep blasting him, because like if you just keep your distance, he can't kill you, but he does dodge pretty good. Anyway, don't fall off that cliff. Don't fall off that cliff. Oh my god, did you see that? Okay, that was crazy. So come over here. Nice. Okay, we got his katana. So this is the stuff I was telling you about. Now for my character, it doesn't really work for me. But he drops this katana, which if you look at it, it's got some really good damage. Because this is what I started with, 83, so 80 plus 3. And then this one, I mean, when we start off over here, it starts off on 161, which is pretty sick, 115.46. And I mean, he's got some rags that he drops that they don't really do you a whole lot of good. But a lot of people in this game, they like to collect a lot of the gears and stuff like that, keep them. A lot of people do like PvP and styles and stuff like that. So anyway, that's pretty much all there is. If you look over here, I'll show you guys real quick before I roll out this video. This right over here is what he was protecting. See this door? You can't get in that door yet. It says you can't get in this way, but there's stuff in there. If you come over here, that tower up there, that one, there's a key you buy from one of the vendors, but it costs 20,000 souls. You don't need it right away. It's a quest that's going to come along later, where you get some of the stuff in there. So it's not needed, but I just figured I'd show you guys it. Anyway, ta-ta-da! Firelink Shrine! Alright, so I'm not going to go too much into this because I'm just going to wrap this video up, and then we'll go over some stuff in the next video. But yeah, this is Firelink Shrine. You come up here. Sometimes it takes a second or two for it to register right there. Remember that soul we pulled out of Gundyr? Bam, right there. Now we are officially home. As sad as it sounds, this little rundown tower with all these people. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys like this video, do me a favor, go ahead and show me some love, give me some likes, subscribe, become part of that Rainbow Army. And if you guys, want to see some more of this, just go ahead and leave me some comments down below. And thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.